Hello again, I'm Coyote Jack, and yeah, we covered about Blue Arkham being sabotaged by their former developers, the writers, and some artists got dragged into that. Some of those artists were in favor of sabotaging the game, while the other ones were, well, dragged out because they were convinced that, yeah, well, Dynamis won to make Project KB was a good idea, and we ended up finding out that, well, it had stolen assets. Yeah, the community, not only from the West, especially since this game is extremely popular in Japan. The Japanese people weren't having it. They were absolutely upset in Candy Wars because they were going to put at the burning stake the developers and the artists and those writers when they were promoting KB at a Comic-Con with a short amount of time. People were seeing like the connection that, yeah, these guys sabotaged the Blue Archive and now they're trying to make new stuff, profiting out while they're sabotaging the game. Because if you don't know what they did with sabotage, well, a chunk of developers quit in mass along with their artists. Those artists are already replaced, or some of them actually got a blessing from Nexons to work back again with them on Blue Archive. Most of those artists weren't so lucky. Oh, and that dot writer, Isaku-san. Yeah, we know about Isaku-san at this point. Yeah, that guy brought the volumes for the game, for the first chapters of the game. And then they decided to do a retcon of Hoshino. And everyone was pointing out, hey, you just destroyed this character for no reason whatsoever. And yes, what came after with Dynamis 1. Yeah, Nexon actually was rightfully pissed. Yeah, and I know people, even I remember commenting on my videos that they don't like Nexon because Nexon is like the EA of South Korea. To that extent, I agree. And of course, they were rightfully upset because they were backstabbed in the past by Nexon. But even considering all that outcome, Nexon was made the good guy here because they were committed to actually keep Blue Archive alive and operating. And yes, all of that it wasn't covered with lawfare. Actually, they got sued. Dynamics One got sued, and that was the end for this company because what we know at this point, we already said at the start of this video. It led to the demise of this name itself, but you're seeing this headline. Former Blue Archive developer studio working on new RPG following cancellation of controversial Project KB. Dynamics One, the studio behind the cancelled Project KB, is working on a new game backed by investment from NCSoft. So it could mean a lot of things. Could either be those artists, those developers, the writers themselves, but that's very doubtful because the writer Isaku-san has his reputation so absolutely destroyed that he's straight abandoning his ex account. Well, let's continue. Let's see what we have here. So, Dynamis 1, a South Korean game studio formed by former Nexon employees in a developing a new game following the cancellation of its concurrential Project KB. This was revealed through an announcement by domestic publisher NCSoft on January 15th. Reportedly, NCSoft has decided to invest in the studio and publish the upcoming title. So, publishing Project KB or another stuff? Because, yeah, we know that Project KB is just fully stolen assets. That's what the Blue Archive fans were rightfully upset. Because it was Blue Archive but with Source, but they saw that project die because of those stupid decisions that happened during that grim era. But man, what we have here? Dynamis 1 was founded by former core team members of Blue Archive. Nexon's hit Gacha RPG in 2024, they announced their new studio's debut game, codenamed Project KB. However, the title's developer was abruptly cancelled following backlash over its thematic and visual resemblance to Blue Archive because it was Blue Archive but with swords, and it was something that Nexon was working behind the scenes. The situation continued to escalate from there, with Dynamis 1 getting raided by the police in February 25th over suspicions that Star ran off with Nexon's unreleased development data, and it was proven about that shit being true. Oh man. And even something like at this point already connected the dots. Project KB with Swords, so Blue Archive or Red Archive, it could be like a connecting point with Blue Archive. Also, you have other types of places like Kiboros, but with swords and other stuff. So yeah, a lot of that potential lore got straight cut off of the game. And I know even those loyal fans from Blue Archive are rightfully upset about that shit, but well. Evidence securing interception seizure reportedly confirmed that before quitting, the developers engaged in embezzlement and attempted to compromise the development of Blue Archive. So they pulled a Rio. If you played the game, you know what I'm referring to. Play Chapter 2. As a result, Dynamis 1 CEO Park Byung Lim and other key figures were referred to the prosecution without detention on suspicion of violation of Korea's Unfair Competition Prevention Act. However, since Dynamis 1 has started working on a new game now, that's the kind of thing that is interesting in all of this. NCSoft investing in a already tarnished reputation crowd, a group of developers and artists that really their reputation is destroyed. I keep repeating that shit because no joke, man. They were kicked out of Comic Con. So when you are getting kicked out, tell you to go fuck yourself and leave from the places where to this day the number one leading in doujins is Blue Archive. Yes, you don't fuck up. Well, let's continue. Tentatively titled Project AT. According to NCSoft, the new title is a magic-themed anime-style RPG that makes full use of Dynamis 1's past experience in the genre. It seems likely that the game will be targeted towards both Korean and overseas audiences. Okay. Well, how about this, man? I wonder if this one is going to be a success because at least for overseas could potentially be tested and see if that shit is good. But for Japan, for South Korea, I really have to say press X to fucking doubt because to this day they hate the guts of those guys. As NC South State Study has secured domestic and global publishing rights. So yeah, man, it's like someone saying, man, this shit refused to die. But at this point, who knows? It's difficult to tell because already it's confirmed about what we have been saying about those assets. They could make new ones, and man, you have Stella Sora, which is the fucking clone of Blue Archive, and that was entirely made and published by Joestar. Nexon didn't have to do any of that, and looks like yeah, even that formula someone else can sell it. But the thing is, people gave it a try because it was something brand new, from someone they haven't heard. But you are taking into consideration that that project is right now being made by people with a bad precedent, bad reputation, that is always walking on their backs, tormenting them. If they actually have a certain type of remorse in certain way, and I know I'm talking like, what? Why are you mentioning remorse, man? Like they didn't give a fuck making that shit. Yeah, we know, but the thing is, when you are someone that participated in the sabotage of a certain game that a lot of people enjoy to make something new and trying to convince that people to support you. Yeah, the people are going to see those as backstabbing snakes. And I have to reiterate, probably in overseas, they are going to try that game, and it's going to depend if that success actually is seen. But for Japan, South Korea, no. Fucking not. But anyway, that's my peace of mind in here. Thanks for watching and please take care.